Hey guys, it's Father Andy Cravalho here with another episode of Man Fully Alive, the podcast for you and me trying to live a life fully alive in Christ. And especially in our Lenten journey, we continue to meditate upon St. Peter's life. And we come to another intimate moment where Peter, James, and John are taken up into an upper room where there is a sick woman, a sick daughter of Jairus. And we have to take a pause real quick before we get to that upper room, because in the same gospel, there is also this woman with a hemorrhage. She has been hemorrhaging. She's gone to all of these different people and doctors, and she's seen everyone, and they cannot stop the bleeding. She continues to hemorrhage for 12 years. And at the same time, there's this man, Jairus, who comes to Jesus and says, "My daughter is sick. She's on the point of death. Come, if you just come, you can heal my daughter." And this woman with the hemorrhage and Jairus' daughter are used as an example of the needs of people, where Jesus is so attentive to both a woman who's been hemorrhaging for 12 years, as well as a girl of 12, Jairus' daughter, who is on the point of death, on the point of sickness. This woman who is has the hemorrhage, she would, in a sense, be good as dead if she could not stop the bleeding, because, of course, blood in the old law is a sign of ritual impurity. So she couldn't come to the temple. She couldn't make offerings if she kept bleeding. And yet this little girl, Jairus, who's the synagogue official, this little girl has been sick and she's on the point of dying. So the gospel writers juxtapose these two, or kind of unite them, not in a sense in a difference, but uniting them to show that this woman has had the hemorrhage for 12 years, as well as Jairus' daughter is the age of 12. Jairus is a synagogue official. There is a point where a father's love is extended to his daughter who is on the point of dying. He is in desperation, so he comes to Jesus. And so these two, St. Peter and St. John and St. James, all see both of these miracles, that the woman with the hemorrhage actually touches the tassel of Jesus' cloak. Because of her faith, she is healed. Jesus turns around and says, "Who touched me? I felt power come out of me." And the woman comes humbly and says, "It was I, Lord." And he tells her, "Go, your faith has saved you." Her hemorrhage dried up. She can now go back to the temple. She can now live a life fully alive. But then Jairus' attendants from the synagogue come and tell him that his daughter has died. But Jesus encourages Jairus and says, "No, your daughter is not dead. She is asleep. She will rise again." And this is where the intimacy comes, where Peter, James, and John go up into this upper room with Jairus and his wife, and the daughter is there lying on the bed. And they even mock Jesus and saying, "What can the master do?" They're mourning over the daughter that has died. And Jesus renews Jairus' faith by telling him, "Your daughter is only asleep." So Peter, James, and John and Jesus go up into this upper room, and Jesus speaks these intimate and beautiful, precious words. He says, "Little girl, arise." And the little girl gets up. She gets up and is saved from this sickness on the point of death. She is arisen. And it is probably pandemonium and shock, insofar as Peter, James, and John had no idea that this was going to happen. But yet their faith in Christ allowed them to witness this. And Jesus even attends to the little girl's natural needs, and he says she should be given something to eat. So even in our life, Jesus is so attentive to our needs for our children and our desires and our requests from God, that when we are suffering, when we are in sorrow, when we are struggling, each of us as men fully alive have to run to Jesus. We get to see these incredible things that are happening in our family, in our friends, even through the sacraments, that we can participate in the intimacy of miracles happening through prayer, through intercession, through our union with Christ, that when we have that peace, when we grow in love of God, as Peter, St. Peter, St. John, and St. James were trying to do in following Jesus, that you are going to see incredible things happen to your family through your intercession, through the power of requests, and through the power of prayer, that putting our trust and surrender in Jesus, just like Jairus, just like the woman with the hemorrhage, just like St. Peter and St. James and John all did, we must follow in their footsteps on our Lenten journey in order to persevere. Persevere without anybody trying to discourage us. We will not listen to them. Put our trust in God, surrender to Him on this Lenten journey, and continue through confession, through the Holy Eucharist, to follow Him so that we can be fully alive in following Jesus Christ and transform this world. May God bless you. You're in my prayers, and I'll see you next week.